How's it going, Rob?
It's great, but you wouldn't understand. You got to be RVD to really understand it.
Rob, this coming Sunday night, ECW is going to be holding their Heatwave pay-per-view, where you're going to be featured in a match against Scotty Anton. Can you maybe give us some insight as to what we're going to see go down at the show this weekend?
Well, I'm going to be getting revenge for myself for Scotty screwing me over, turning his back on me. I'm going to be getting revenge for all the RVD fans. And even for you, because I know you're sick of seeing the clap. I'm going to be introducing some new moves. There's so much hype over the Van Terminator. Everyone keeps asking me about it, saying they're going to buy the pay-per-view just so they can see this move. Because I came up with this move. You know, I figured as long as I'm going to be the most athletically gifted wrestler in the business, I might as well start doing some moves like jumping from one side of the ring all the way to the other side. So a Van Terminator, I springboard from one rope all the way to the other side of the ring and drop kick my opponent who's leaning up against the other ropes.
Oh, boy.
I've never seen another wrestler go from one side of the ring all the way to the other. Have you?
No, definitely not.
Well, check out on the pay-per-view because I'm going to see if I can't slide that maneuver in against Scotty Anton.
Rob, as we all know, this weekend's pay-per-view is going to mark ECW's debut in California. Now, speaking of debuts, ECW is going to be making their debut up here in Canada this coming September with a scheduled TV taping just outside of Toronto and Mississauga. Now, a couple of weeks back, we had Bill Alfonso on the hotline giving us his own personal preview of what we're going to see go down at a live ECW show, as not many people up here have had the privilege to ever attend one. What I want to know is if you can maybe give us your own little preview of what it's like to witness an ECW event live in person.
People magazine, for a few weeks, toured around the wrestling shows to do a story on wrestling. They went to WWF, WCW, and ECW.
Okay.
The guy told me afterwards he wishes he could have just done it on ECW because although we only had 2,000 fans, they were so much more hyped up than the 20,000 fans that were at the WWF shows. And he said that the wrestlers worked so much harder and gave such a better show, and it was just such an incredible work rate and appreciation from the fans that he wishes he could have done his whole story just on ECW. ECW sets apart from the other groups because we don't hold back. We never claim to be for children. We just claim to be extreme. And that's a lot of it's adult-oriented. A lot of it's just hardcore action. You're going to see things that you don't see in the other wrestling groups, and the fans let the wrestlers know when they're getting that extra bit by chanting ECW, ECW. That's something that you never see at the other shows.
Have you ever wrestled up here before, Rob, or is this going to be your first trip north of the border?
That will actually be my first match in Canada. Aside from driving through, I've never competed in Canada.
Now, Rob,
looking forward to it. I'm very excited.
Now, while I'm on the subject of things that are going down this coming September, shortly following the Toronto show, you guys are no longer going to be airing on TNN. Now, have you maybe heard where you guys are going to end up? As I've actually been hearing talk of Paul being in discussions with USA Network and with Fox to air on FX. What have you heard, man?
From my perspective, he has been in discussions with those mentioned and also with ESPN. I've heard everything. I've heard Comedy Channel. I believe that something's going to be signed, a major network deal, within a few days. I believe at the pay-per-view, a decision could be made, if not before, because I know that there'll be a lot of network executives there, and our contract with TNN is up at the end of September, and I'm very thankful because I'm looking forward to getting on a network that's proud to have us on there that will run a commercial for us every once in a while and advertise us, which TNN never did. So I don't know where it'll be, if it'll be Fox, if it'll be USA, if it'll be ESPN. Any of it will definitely be a step upward.
Do you honestly think there's maybe a chance that we might get to hear some big announcement go down this weekend at the pay-per-view in regards to you guys signing on with the network, or is that going to be...
I do believe there's a chance. It's been, I've been for the last 2 weeks, I've been kept under the impression that every day that something could happen, that something could be signed. And I've gotten little messages sent to me about some good-sounding news. Definitely, I know that we do have some offers, So we're not in a case where we have nothing. We're just waiting to get exactly what we need and for the right one. And when I say we, I don't mean me. I just mean ECW. So I think there's a very good possibility of it, and that'd be a hell of a way to introduce the news.
Hey, Rob, really appreciate your time, man. Is there anything else you want to say before I let you go, man?
Plug MainEventWrestling.com. I have a outfit that is being auctioned, and all the money is going to American Red Cross. It's the outfit that I wore when I won the World Television title, and 100% of it's going to the American Red Cross. And I know you plug RobVanDam.com. I got my supplements on there now. Fans always write into my website to ask me about weightlifting tips and how I keep in such good shape. And we have Mass, which is the company that I endorse. It's the same product that I personally take, and it's available on the site. So just one more step to being closer to being like RVD.